Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you in advance for subscribing. So, on tonight, I will be talking to you military personnel members out there as it pertains to your title and registration matters. I want to highlight two issues that I see a lot when you guys are titling your vehicle and you're moving from one state to the next. So, normally, if you have a vehicle and you're in the military, and you have a lien on your vehicle, it is not uncommon for you guys to title your vehicle with just a registration card only, because normally you would not have that title because of the lien, depending on your state. Okay, so when you go to the DMV will title your vehicle with just your registration card, and they will put a hold on your title record for that state that you are surrendering the registration card from. So, as an example, if you are coming from Florida and you have a Florida registration card and you're going to Virginia, the Virginia DMV will put a hold on your Virginia title record that they have just created for that Florida title. So, at some point in time, you are expected to surrender the Florida title, and the Virginia DMV in turn will give you a Virginia title back once the lien, if there's a lien, of course, is taken care of and satisfied. So keep that in mind. That's normally how things are supposed to transpire in this type of situation. But what happens with you military personnel members, you go from one state to the next due to your duty status, and unfortunately, I'm not seeing you take care of your title held statuses or your lien statuses for your vehicle. So what ends up happening is you can go to a particular state that is eventually going to ask you for that title, and the lien holder is going to ask you for the title as well. And then you get confused because you don't have a title to give to that DMV in question, okay, because you never got a title. So my recommendation to you is before you move from one state to the next state to the next state and so on, make sure you first of all take care of your title held status. If you have gotten your vehicle title in a state and they allow you to title with a registration card only, before you leave that state and go to the next, make sure that they get that title in hand so they can, give you that title that you need to receive or pass it on to your lien holder. So then your lien holder will accommodate you when you're going to the next state to get your vehicle title and registered. Be sure you take care of all title matters in one state before you go to the next state. If you don't do this, this will delay your transaction, and it could also prohibit you from getting your vehicle title and register altogether. There is no exception or exemption with this type of situation just because you are in the military. So very important, take care of that title held status. How would you know if you have a title held status that you haven't complied with? The DMV will send you a letter sometimes. Or if you go to the DMV to try to title and register, they will reject you at the counter, and they will also provide you with a notice at the counter as well. That's another way that you will be able to find out. But keep that in mind, that title held status is very important. You cannot continue to go from one state to the next, depending on the state, with just that registration card. The registration card will help you, but at some point in time, you are going to have to surrender a title in order to get a title back. And that's something also your lien holder will be expecting from you. I want to share, don't assume that your lien holder is mindful of your title and registration status when you're moving from one state to the next. You don't want to assume that. because one thing that I have seen also is that when it's time for you guys to pay off your vehicle and you're trying to get that lien release from your lien holder, the lien holder is going to inquire through these multiple states that you've been through, and the states are going to give you and or your lien holder the runaround. Okay, so it's very important that, again, you make sure your title held status is complied for, and make sure your lien holder get their title taken care of before you leave from one state to the next. Okay, I do understand the title process can be, complex. It can be lengthy, and you're just moving from one state to the next, and you may feel you don't have time to be bothered with it. But wrap up each state's business before you move to the next. Okay. If you need further guidance when it comes to title health and lien matters, if you're in the military and you are moving from one state to the next, or if you received a rejection or a hold status letter of some sort from the DMV pertaining to your title and registration, feel free to drop me a line below or check me out at wisdomandauthority.com. Please follow me on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please click share and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to hear from you soon.